Hi, beautiful soul. So I'm going to do a video on soul families. What are soul families and how to connect and recognize someone within your soul family. Right, so soul families are very different to soulmates. Souls that we have met in previous lives. My little plant here. Souls that we have met in previous lives, twin flames, they are different. A soul family is, we have our physical families here on earth that we're born into, and we choose to come in to these physical families. In the same way, we have our soul families, which are at source. These are not, I feel that these are not necessarily chosen. This is just an essence, which is fluid, and it's something that we are at source. It's an energy that we are at source, and how it's been shown to me is that it is like a crystal ball at source, which is then split off into our human bodies. So therefore, when we are meeting with these human beings that contain the fragment from our soul family, it is like a coming together. It is like a deep, deep, deep coming together. And a lot of times there are no words. How to distinguish this from a past life connection or a soulmate. A past life connection is a soul which we have met in previous lives along our journey to release lessons and release patterns that the souls have chosen to go through together. They needed each other to release these patterns or to go through whatever needed to be gone through in that life. It can be love, it can be sorrow, it can be loss, it can be activation. So the soulmates are almost like, the way that we can distinguish them is that the soulmates are, you can feel that there are a lot of lessons coming up, a lot of things that are coming up that you are learning about yourself in a sense of expansion through this connection with this other soul. Whereas soul families are, it's more of a remembering that happens when you are with this person. And something that we can observe in soul families is that because of the concept of the crystal ball, is that within the soul family there is a resonance, a synchronicity. So very often the lessons that are coming up for us as individuals are coming up in the same manner for our soul family members. However, they are experiencing it in their own way. So the lesson or the pattern or the release is present for both. However, each one is going through it in their own way. So very often when we link and we connect with our soul family, we can see that the same things were happening for us at the same time in a linear timeline. We can look at dates, years, and see that we were perhaps meeting important people in our lives at that time, or releasing certain things at that time in our life. This is something that happens within the soul family. That is because that soul family has agreed to, in that time, in that linear time, agreed to go through that soul contract, go through that release, go through that learning, go through that letting go. So therefore, all of the members of the soul family will also be going through it in their own way, because the soul family is moving as one. And for it to expand, it must impact all of the pieces that were present at the source. So that is something that you can notice within your soul family. So it's a very different feeling, a very different message to the soul, the past life meetings that we have. And soulmates equally are a different frequency. Now, we can have, of course, soul family members who are also our soulmates, who are also being present in past lives with us. This is very, very, very common. For me in this life, I have met and lived with, in the physical world, my soul family members. So I have past life memories with them. So this is also a possibility for you. And I want to say that the difference with soulmates is that, I actually already said the difference of the soulmates, that it's very much of an expansion, but you can notice that the two souls are actually have different contracts, are going through different lessons that are equally beneficial for the two souls. So these are two souls that are coming from a different soul family, but our soulmates, they are going through each of their releases, let's say their lessons that are coming up. They're different. Let's say that this one is going through a soul release of rejection, whereas this one is going through a soul release of self-expression. They're different soul releases and soul contracts that the souls have taken, but because they are soulmates, they're actually coming together, and the two lessons are benefiting and impacting the other soul in a way of expansion, even though they are different. I hope that's clear. Whereas if they were soul family, they would be going through both expression or both rejection in their own places, or even together, but still in their own way, because we're all individuals. We all see our worlds in our own way. That's what it's like to be human. So that's a little brief overview of soul families. Now I can go more into depth of it, because there is a lot about soul families that we can talk about and that we can experience. But for you to just a little bit observe how these come up for you, and look at the relationships that you have in your life right now, and see which might be which, and which might be both even, and which might be past lives. And a great way to do it is to go into meditation. You can just sit or lie down and put some music on, or not. For me, that helps greatly. And take yourself into a situation with the person that you would like to know more about. First of all, allow yourself to travel on your own into a space of tranquility, of presence with yourself. We need to do this first part of the meditation journey, so that we're not coming into the meditation with a sense of humanness and ego and expectation and sort of wanting to know, but more from a place of source. So first of all, when you go into it, really tap into your higher self and tap into your own source. So however you may do that through breath, pranayama, meditation, sound healing, but really connect with yourself, or even crystals. Really connect with yourself and take yourself to your own space of sovereign purity. Once you're there, you feel your vibration, your own vibration and your own soul. Then you can bring in, through vision, this other individual being who you would like to connect with and know more about your contracts and what it is that where your relationship is going, if it's friends or lovers or family or colleagues, and what it is bringing you, because every single person that we interact with in our life is bringing us something. So the people that we're close to are bringing us very, very powerful and strong messages. And if we don't look at them, and if we don't connect with them and work with them together, then we can come back again in the next life, so that the lesson and the pattern can be released. So if we come at it with a conscious mind and an open mind, then we can see what is there. So then bring in this person into the meditation, into the vision. And when you're looking at them, when you're observing their soul, see what you feel within them. Do you recognize them? See whether they shift. They can also shift in appearance. Do they even change gender? Do they have a color? Do they bring up a feeling for you? Do they trigger you in some way? You know, we meet people that can trigger us because we need to release something. They are helping us to release something. So do they trigger you? What feelings do they bring up within you? Look at that. And look at that just to start you off. And as you start looking at these few things, you will then go deeper into who this soul is. And as you're trusting more what is coming up, do not question it. Everything that comes up for you is right, is the message for you. Okay? So as you trust what's coming up, the trust is the key for you to go even deeper within yourself in every moment of your life, not just for this little meditation exercise. For every moment, trust within yourself and within what comes through for you is the key for you to go deeper. We must trust, you know, when we step on the stepping stone, we don't know if the next one's going to be there, but the thing that makes the next one come up is the trust that we had to step onto the first one. So when you're trusting that what is coming up for you as you're observing who this person is, then you will travel deeper and you will not need anything else. You will just flow and walk the path that is shown to you. So see what comes up for you and journal it after you come out of the meditation. Leave yourself a little voice note. What you can even do is put your voice recorder on your phone and speak it during your meditation, if you feel that you can do that. Otherwise, journal when you come out. This will help you a lot to see the roles and the energies that are around you and what is being released on a much deeper level, because we don't realize that we do on a soul level, but on a 3D level, on a matrix level, we don't realize sometimes that the people that we connect with have a much, much, much deeper meaning for our soul's journey. Now, your soul is infinite. It's not just about this life. It is infinite. It has been living for many, many lives. And so the choice that your soul has made is very much beyond everything that is within this life for you. So it can come up at times that is not very convenient, that is not really the way that you wanted it to be, because there's no such thing as that, but there is in a way, but the universe gives it to us in ways which we didn't maybe think of or believe would be that way, you know, like boxed in a perfect way. It comes up in these ways, and we, because it comes up in these ways, sometimes it doesn't, but because it comes up in these ways that are a little bit harder for us to comprehend and to grasp, then we kind of shunt them, maybe because it's difficult for us, or we don't really understand, or it's not the right time, or something like that. Essentially, it is always the right time. The universe is always bringing this to you. The people, the soul contracts that your soul has chosen to you at the right time. Know that. And so sometimes we need to spend time really looking at who are the souls that are around me. What are they showing me? What is my soul wanting to release? And what honor and presence can I give it here, today, now, in listening to what's coming up. So this is just to say that it is so, so much grander than this. And hopefully that will give you a little bit of a inspiration and ideas, and maybe even through my words you've already been having some flashes of people, of, by the way, places as well, of very much soul contracts, of places, of animals, but the people that we connect with are really, really greatly impactful, because they are humans like us, you know. We have this very, very deep, we can have these very, very deep emotions and deep awakenings through them. So you may even been having already some flashes and some feelings of who these may be and what they may be bringing up for you. So these are already glimpses of what your soul is showing you. So listen to that, and now after this video, go into this meditation and see what comes up for you. I hope that this is going to be a beautiful exercise for you, and I would love to know what has come up for you. Please share this with me. I'm very, very interested to hear what comes up, and we can share. Sending you so much love.